So I realized through the course of doing these that I'm a person that really thrives and seeks inspiration to fuel my practice. So I've just been thinking about, what does that mean? Does that mean like I need an external stimulus all the time? But the word inspire comes from the root to breathe into. So it's like somehow to keep my practice alive and fresh, this idea of constantly breathing new stuff into it helps fuel it and move it along. And you can find inspiration like everywhere. Anywhere that there's a Dharma book, you open it up and there's something, I think, that can freshen and do the practice. So the thing that I'm most inspired about today is a newsletter from the Liberation Prison Project came out in the last few days. And first of all, the practice of the prison inmates themselves is a phenomenal inspiration to think about how the circumstances under which they practice, and the people that write to Sravasti Abbey and who write for the Abbey's newsletter, the Dharma Dispatch that Venerable Jigme puts out every month, the Liberation Prison Project, they just produce incredible insights about the Dharma. So for that alone, to think that people under those circumstances and those kinds of conditions who are able to find inside themselves the resources to keep inspiring their practice over and over is inspiration enough. And then there's the Liberation Prison Project and all the people who serve and benefit others through the Dharma, who I also find inspiring. And then in this issue, there was an article from a letter of Lama Zopa Rinpoche writing to an inmate about how to practice the Lam Rim, which I also thought was really inspiring. So I wanted to share this. It's something I've tried on retreat, but not something I think to do in daily life. So what Rinpoche was saying was, of course, that we should do the Lam Rim every single day. He says the most important thing for you to realize in this life is to realize the Lam Rim. And that to do that, we need to do daily Lam Rim meditation, which of course is what Venerable Chödrön teaches. He says to do it, read a glance meditation that gives the whole outline of the Lam Rim, so 3 principal aspects of the path, or he even cites calling the Guru from afar as a source of looking at the Lam Rim. And then to take each one of the Lam Rim topics and meditate on that each day. But then what he said is then make that your theme for the day. So if today is your meditation on precious human life, and you're even just on the first point, that it's not just when we're on the cushion, but throughout the whole day long, bringing your mind to death is certain. Death is certain. And then all the reasonings behind that. Everyone we know will die. There's no way to lengthen your life at the time of death. All those points over and over and over throughout the day. And then finding our reminders through the day that reinforce that Lam Rim topic. So in this way, he says, you're actually living the Lam Rim, not just meditating on it. So the potential then for using our Lam Rim and all the little daily activities as the source of our inspiration to fuel our practice really blossoms and grows. So I just thought this was a wonderful piece of advice. You know, people have their little prayer for the day or their word for the day, or, you know, it's a pretty common thing that people use to help enrich their lives, to help transform their minds. But this idea of my Lam Rim point for the day, all day long staying with me, I thought was very inspiring. So he closes his letter with this statement. He said, what makes your life most meaningful is meditation on the Lam Rim. Then to live your life with a bodhicitta motivation. This is the best. So that's advice and inspiration from Lama Zopa Rinpoche.